Situationships are the fucking devil. To be honest, I don't even know if the situation that me and this man have been in for months is technically even a situationship. It's a situation and a ship. So it works for me. I met this man in August of last year. We hit it off the first time we hung out. I mean, there was really a lot of chemistry, both like emotionally and we both had talked about how much chemistry was there, so it definitely wasn't like a one-sided thing. He felt exactly what I was feeling too. So fast forward 2 weeks later, he like texts me and kind of almost says like, I can't date you. And it was like so early on. It was just like after the first time we hung out that he said that. And I told him that that's honestly not where this was going. I don't even know you at that point. And then he switched it up and was like, oh, but do you want to see me again? So like you go to reject me, then I reject you, and now you want to see me again? I was just kind of confused from the jump. I don't hear from him super regularly. He's really spotty when it comes to texting. So I would hear from him, like, he would never let it go like 2 weeks without talking. But at this point, like, I'm still moving on with my life. Like, my life has not stopped. He's a good friend at this point. But other than that, like, it's nothing more than that. So fast forward, we are hanging out for the second time. We obviously get to that stage of whatever, doing, So we end up trying things together that we never would with other people. I cannot speak for him, but at this point, this is kind of where the bond like intensifies for me and I like start to catch feelings. After this encounter, we kind of just go back to the way things were, where it's like I don't really hear from him that often. It kind of goes like the whole 2 week mark, and I would hear from him kind of sporadically. Fast forward to the third time that we're planning our hangout. And this time is different. He mentions about he wants to sleep over. He wants to hold me like while like we sleep. Like, I mean, definitely more intense of things than we've kind of ever talked about. So we go to hang out. We end up doing that early on in the night, which I didn't really think was a problem. But after he, it's like that post clarity thing happens. And then he ended up being like, do you mind if I like don't stay the night? And at this point, like obviously I was upset about it because I like him and I thought we were kind of getting to a point that was like a little bit past what we've been at. So at this point in the story, he does not know that I have feelings for him. And there was reasons why I didn't tell him. And they were kind of dumb. It was more or less so I didn't like give him an ego boost so he could be like, oh damn, this girl likes me. It was 2 or 3 days after Thanksgiving and I went to a party and I had a little bit of alcohol in my system. So I drafted up this long text message just letting him know that like I have feelings for him. I had to go back and look at the text because I had to see how he responded to it all. He basically said that he figured this would happen because of how open we were with each other. And he just asked me how long like I felt like that. There was no, hey, I don't feel that way towards you. And I feel that if someone were to come to me and let me know that they had feelings for me, but I did not feel the same way, I would let them know in that moment, like in the nicest way possible. Obviously, I would let them know that like I didn't have feelings. But he did not do that. At this point, conversations have returned to the whole 2 week thing. But then like these conversations are just less meaningful, less deep. It was just like, hey, what's up? How are ya? And then it would kind of die out and that was it. After weeks of no contact, I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I am going to just pretend like I don't have these feelings anymore. I'm going to text him. I'm going to tell him I don't have these feelings because this guy at this point is like one of my best friends. Like I tell him everything. He tells me, maybe not everything, but he tells me a lot. And so at this point, I'm like, it's not worth it to lose that relationship because I have feelings or whatever. So I text him basically kind of in our joking way that we always are. And I'm like, I don't have feelings for you anymore. Like, let's just kind of go back to normal. And this prompts an argument. He starts being, I wouldn't say mean, but he was just more or less like, I told you I was going to date you anyway, this, that, and everything else. Getting very defensive, almost like he was upset at the fact that I did not have feelings for him anymore. A significant amount of time goes by of being no contact. I would say it wasn't like a mutual decision. We just both didn't text each other. So then I fucking stumble across the show one day, if you've ever seen it, And this story and just the way that Dex and Emma are together reminds me so much of how me and this man are. So what do? I text this man. I tell him that I was not being 100% truthful. And the fact is, I do have really strong feelings for him. And at the end of the day, I don't want it to ruin our friendship, but they're there. It is what it is, whatever. His response was, I didn't know that you felt that way. That was cute. And I do care for you a lot, Brandy. Another big thing about this man is he has an avoidant attachment. He knows that he's self-aware. He knows that he runs from intimacy. And he even in one of the following text messages, after saying that, let me know that, yeah, he has feelings, but he ran because that's what he does. This one piece of advice I want to leave you with is the fact is, do not fucking wait around. Do not wait around. At the end of the day, this man is still very much in my life, but I'm actively pursuing other people, talking to other people. Like, I am not waiting around for this man to realize that he wants to work on his attachment issues and stop running. At the end of the day, that's on him, not me. So he will continue to be in my life as one of my best friends. And if he wants to make it work and we try, then we do. And if we don't, we don't.